Greetings everyone. Welcome back from spring break. The purpose of this week's video is, as usual, basically threefold. First of all, I'd like to visit with you briefly about this last week's assignment, the group study on meta-analysis. Secondly, I'd like to talk a little bit about our move now to the next module on qualitative data methodology. And then finally, to talk briefly with you about the mock research projects again. So first of all, with respect to this last week's assignment, our group study on the meta-analysis, I'm in the process of reading and scoring all of your reports and replies right now. I should have everything completed by Friday though, and we'll post some general feedback comments to you, as well as some individualized comments in the Grade Center probably sometime on Friday. Please make sure that you take a look at my general feedback comments on the assignment, as well as any specific kinds of things that I want to visit with you about in the Grade Center. I will tell you now, I'm not deducting any points on the assignments this week on APA format. Everyone seems to be doing a pretty good job on that. However, there's a few little things in the reports that I've talked with you about, several of you individually about in the Grade Center in the past, and I wonder if you've really been looking at those comments. So please make sure you take a look at my individualized comments in the Grade Center from past assignments as well. Basically, just a couple of little things. And again, I want to emphasize everyone I think is doing a pretty good job with the APA format, but some capitalization issues with respect to the titles in the reference list, and also just some ideas about some of the citations being outside of sentence punctuation, etc. Just some minor things, but please take a look at those things. Like I say, I did not deduct any points and will not on that on your group reports, but just a few little things to tighten up. So hopefully I'll have all that feedback posted for you by Friday. Second thing I wanted to visit with you about is that we're now moving to Module 5, which is really designed for us to review a qualitative research methodology. Please remember that the difference between quantitative and qualitative data methodologies. We're going to focus now for the next couple weeks anyway on qualitative methodology. This next week you have an individual report due on how qualitative methodology differs from quantitative methodology, and in fact a couple of you have already posted reports right now. Please take a look at any feedback that I give you this week, though, before you finalize those reports. But again, we're going to start looking at those differences in this next week. Now, after this next week, I do have some good news and some bad news for you, depending upon your perspective. The bad news is that we have one final group project. Yeah, I know, this is it. And we're going to start working on that this next week. In fact, I'm asking you to check in with your groups by Tuesday the 5th for this next assignment. The good news, however, is that this is the last of the small group assignments. And so once we complete that one, you're going to be on your own again. So what I'm asking you to do on this last small group assignment is to work together to identify and then evaluate a study, a descriptive study specifically, that uses qualitative data methodology. I think that by using a study with qualitative methodology, it will help us to highlight the differences between the experimental and the descriptive studies that we've been discussing throughout the semester, and those specific uses of data methodology. I'm asking you again to make sure that you check in with your groups and by early this next week. Now, a couple of things. Same drill as in the past group assignments. Go to the group assignment tab, open your group link. You will find a discussion board forum on that for you to use to set up your work. Please use that forum. It's a lot easier for me to kind of monitor and watch what you're doing in your groups, and provide assistance if necessary if you use that. So I really encourage you to use that particular link for sure. The other thing is that I'm asking you to use the same Google Doc to write your reports this time around. I think we've gotten everyone in to the Google Doc this last assignment, and so we're going to use the same one. You will not get a new invitation from me for that specific Google Doc. Hopefully things will go okay with that. If not, please let me know. And again, let me know if you have questions or run into any difficulties with that particular assignment. Again, the good news is that that's the last of the group assignments. I would say, however, that I really think that just in about every case, the groups have worked very, very well together, and I really appreciate what I've been able to see in your group work. Finally, my third thing that I wanted to visit with you about, believe it or not, as I've said before, the semester continues to move ahead very rapidly. I would really strongly encourage you to look again at the instructions for the mock research project. You can find those in the Module 6 link, as well as the course instructions that you will find in the Start Here in Syllabus tab of Blackboard. I'd encourage you to again, I've encouraged you throughout this semester to think of a topic, be thinking about that particular project. Let me know if you have questions about how you are going to proceed with that. Believe it or not, that project is due the first part of May, and it's going to be on us before we know it. So hopefully that about summarizes everything for right now. Have a great week, and again, let me know if you have any questions about the course. Take care.